how do you do it in a way that allows you to do it and eh, remove people from an area as safely as possible? If you think for the host country, um, it's an opportunity to shine on the world stage, but it's also for someone who wants to impact Canada in a negative way. It's it presents opportunities to embarrass, to show that Canada is not a world leader, that Canada is, not able to put on a world class event, but we can.
Are there people who are in charge of thinking about all these different scenarios and doing tabletop exercises on them, for instance?
Yeah, and you can take care of all the big things, like you're taking care of the stadiums, you're taking care of the teams, you're taking care of power. But what about food?
Mhm.
That's a lot of food because you not only have to feed all your volunteers and all your security staff and all your policing and military who's going to be on site, but you also have to feed all the athletes.
Mhm.
So how do you ensure that safety? And I mean, it sounds so James Bondish to think, what if someone slips, something in, not necessarily to kill people, but what if they just make an entire national team sick and they can't play?
So, I mean, I guess knowing what you know about how all of this works, what are some of our biggest opportunities to prepare and to mitigate the risk?
So you mentioned it earlier. One of them is tabletops, but it can't just be a tabletop of, hey, all of the power, corporations are going to do a tabletop here, or, FIFA's staff is going to do one here. It has to be combined. And it can't be, well, we're the police and we do it this way and we are, private sector and they do it that way. I will say I have from sitting in my previous role have recognized that private sector has been phenomenal about wanting to work with policing and public sector. That is hands down. Some of the best partners I had when I was running the cybercrime team was our private sector partners because they recognized the need to all work together. The challenge was, again, for policing or for anyone who's been at the top, well, I call all the shots. Well, you can't call all the shots here. Um, and in this particular instance, these threats are coming from everywhere. We don't have within policing, you have a very limited number of very highly trained resources. So where are those resources? Who has all those resources that are, experts in really specialist niche areas? That's private sector. So why are we not capitalizing on what our private sector partners can do to really reinforce our defenses?
Mhm.
I truly believe that is our best approach.